As the returns of collaboration go up, people tend to reduce their propensity for bigotry. In other words, people are more open to mix, whether it's through marriage, friendship, across ethnic, political, social classes. Uh, that's been shown in many works. I just attended a seminar where that was discussed for the 19th century US during the industrialization, but I think you can extrapolate this idea towards the deindustrialization of the U.S. Still very high, high sort of distance marriage, distance being ethnic, social distance, marriages. The distance, the marriage distance increased. In other words, people were happy to engage in relationships with people that are ethnically, racially, politically, socially further away from them, and they don't just stick with their ethnic groups. They don't just stick with their what they know, because it takes energy. Bigotry, like the inverse of bigotry is acceptance, and it takes energy. Acceptance takes energy. No matter how much ideals we have, we all have our prejudices, and we all feel like certain things should be this way and not that way, and it just takes a little bit more effort to accept that. And I think as the returns of collaboration go up, then that happens faster. So we have a more integrated society, we have a more diverse society, we have also a more stable society. When I say stable, I don't mean necessarily not volatile. Actually, we have a more volatile society, but borrowing from Nassim Taleb's anti-fragile, a more volatile society, let's say a big city in the Western world, is volatile. There's lots of opinions. People have their opinion, but they're also sorted out. They live together, and usually solutions are found, and those types of organisms are relatively stable. Now, the point is, or my thought here is, what happens when the returns of collaboration come down? And it's possible that this new wave of AI, particularly the sort of knowledge work, dismantling and the change of knowledge work, when human work actually becomes less important and agency becomes more important, or to say it bluntly, if the $1 billion entrepreneur actually happens, where you don't need to collaborate with people. I don't need to have the best mechanical engineer at hand to build my drone. I don't need to have the best C++ programmer at my hand to build my company. I can just agentically call these services through an AI bot. If the returns of collaboration come down, the question is bigotry going to go up? That's, I think, an interesting question. I don't have the answer. I think it's an interesting way to think about the future of society. I think the more I look into robotics, the more I start thinking about humans, the more I care about how human work will evolve. And it's my opinion that work will certainly change. Human work will change. So the way I think about this, I think one good way to think about it is Jensen Huang's way, which is there's the tasks and there's the job. The tasks are writing C++ code, writing a marketing proposal, writing an HR manual. Those are tasks. The jobs are delivering a solution to a problem. That's what a company should be doing. The HR person's job is to help people navigate through a company with all its legal and social intricacies. The job of a marketing person is to develop markets for products and services. So the tasks will be taken over by AIs, but the jobs won't change. And I think, or actually, they will even increase in importance. Now, the $100 billion question, in my opinion, here is if you have a world in which collaboration, the returns of collaboration come down, will bigotry go up? Now, there's two big questions here. One is, will returns of collaboration actually come down? Because you could argue that with the increase of productivity of people, the the collaboration actually will even the returns of collaboration will increase too, because you will want to find the best entrepreneur for X in order to push your products and services that you might need those services of X. So that's not so clear to me. I think, but it's an open question. And then of course, if you assume that what does it actually mean, return on collaboration? Like collaboration is according to Ronald Coase, people work in companies because transaction costs are high. If transaction costs come down, then we have the Coasean Singularity. Everybody's just their own entrepreneur. And the really big question here is that really going to happen? Is AI going to, like, for lack, I don't want to use the word AI because it's being misused. If cognitive work and manual cognitive work, so basically, forget it. Cognitive work, whether it's manual or not, doesn't even matter. At some point, all cognitive work will be done by agents. So when that happens, then what is the return on collaboration going to go up or down? What is the return on collaboration? Well, it's transaction costs are high, information is expensive to come by. Like you don't know what you don't know who knows what. You need to collaborate with other people and find out. You need to iterate. You need to work here and then there and hire this person and fire that person. And you need to iterate in a world where it's easier to get the right job, because there's enough information about who can do what, because it's mainly agentic, and the agents are even trained to signal their worth to you. In a world like that, in principle, the returns of collaboration could come down because you don't need to collaborate as much with other people anymore. In fact, you can just outsource most of your collaboration to agents. In a world like that, it's conceivable that you can do a lot more things by yourself. I mean, we're already seeing that. I think everybody in their daily work is using more of the AI and relying less on other people, experts, etc. So that's the question. And if there's less return on collaboration, then of course the next question is about the bigotry. These are open questions. I don't have the answers. I think it's worth thinking about. Thank you.